Technology has become a foundational component in many areas of our daily lives, as well as our children's. Within the confines of the classroom and learning environment, technology can be both beneficial and problematic for students. We have the technology available to us to enable the management of our daily lives and the sharing of valuable information with our friends, families and others. Technology is inevitable in our everyday lives. This is because life without technology is pointless in today's dynamic world, which brings together tools to promote development, use and information exchange. It has as its main objective of making tasks easier and the solving of many problems of mankind. When technology progresses and makes our lives even more convenient, we must stress how beneficial it is to our lives. Imagine life without technology right now. What kind of life have we? Technology is part of our lives and is one of the key elements for mankind's survival in a quick-phase world. The development of new technologies helps to save lives. It improves work and makes the world better. As a result of technological advances, they are increasing and spreading across countries. It is innovation that gives the power to spread their wings to organizations. The positive impact of technology on society has brought change and helped us to reach new heights that have never before been conceived of. Nobody else has changed technology's way of life, and that is precisely why technology is, and will always be so important today. Technology is important in our daily life in many ways that we cannot ignore purposefully. In addition, smartphones are playing a critical role in reducing exposure. Delivery apps offer contactless delivery, whereby drivers drop food off at a specific point, including a card stating the temperature of everyone involved in cooking and delivering the food. Another offers users maps marking residential communities with confirmed cases and their proximity to them. A worldwide outbreak of severe acute respiratory syndrome has begun in December 2019. At the beginning of April 2020, it caused more than 138,000 deaths and had infected 2 million individuals worldwide. With more than 40,000 recorded infections, Italy was considered the second epicenter of the pandemic. Despite the need to reduce the contagion, social isolation can have several psychological consequences, leading to post-traumatic stress symptoms. Among the stressors, there are infection fears, frustration, boredom, inadequate supplies and information, financial loss, stigma, and longer isolation duration. Social isolation also collides with the fundamental needs of belongingness. In this regard, research consistently demonstrates that the perceived availability of social support, intended as a real or perceived experience that one is cared for and part of a mutually supportive social network, reduces psychological distress. Technology is capable of providing resources that can weaken the negative consequences of acute stressors. Therefore, social support could represent a relevant protective factor for mitigating the overall negative psychological consequences. Supporting psychological well-being during a lockdown is an essential tool that we cannot avoid. It plays an important part in the majority of our lives. Technology essentially harnesses the tools. It is an essential tool that we cannot avoid. It plays an important part in the majority of our lives. Technology essentially harnesses the tools, technologies and strategies used to help us solve problems and simply make our lives better and easier to live in some way. Education is also affected by this predicament. Greetings, I am Sean Daniel Q. D. Kayla and this is my documentary regarding the positive and negative effects of it on education. Technology also has the power to transform teaching by ushering in a new model of connected teaching. This model links teachers to their students and to professional content, resources, and systems to help them improve their own instruction and personalize learning. In many ways, technology has profoundly changed education. For one, technology has greatly expanded access to education. In medieval times, books were rare and only an elite few had access to educational opportunities. Individuals had to travel to centers of learning to get an education. Today, massive amounts of information such as books, audio, images, videos is available at one's fingertips through the internet. And opportunities for formal learning are available online worldwide through podcasts, traditional online degree programs, and more. Access to learning opportunities today is unprecedented in scope thanks to technology. Opportunities for communication and collaboration have also been expanded by technology. Traditionally, classrooms have been relatively isolated, and collaboration has been limited to other students in the same classroom or building. Today, technology enables forms of communication and collaboration undreamt of in the past. I will now give a few specific examples as to the positives of technology on education. Using technology can excite young students. Today, it is not uncommon for many school-aged children to have first encountered technological devices as toddlers. As such, students tend to associate laptops, tablets and other similar devices with fun and excitement. Consequently, technology in the classroom not only helps to harness attention and excitement while in the classroom, but invigorates traditional learning experiences. Next is it prepares students for the future. Our world is only becoming more reliant on technology, and having a good understanding of common technological devices and their uses is critical to prepare children for success in primary and secondary education. It is never too early for young children to begin building skills and knowledge that they can carry through their educational and professional careers. In this sense, exposure to technology in early education is a great way to begin building a foundation for success. And lastly, technology encourages spontaneous learning. Having access to technology can help children learn to investigate topics they find interesting. For older generations, information was not as readily available and required that children have access to traditional resources. Now, however, children have a world of information right at their fingertips. When used appropriately and monitored, technology can supplement learning in or outside the classroom by providing the outlet for children to research the topics in which they are interested. For example, a lesson about dinosaurs, for example, could be supplemented by a YouTube video, or a virtual field trip to a natural history museum. However, with all the examples I have given, each and every one of those 3 examples I have provided has negative effects on them if technology is not implemented properly to a student. For starters, using technology to excite students, to the use of technology can distract students. Computers can provide young children with access to inappropriate content or information if the proper security measures are not put in place. Website blockers, internet filters and close supervision can help to prevent children from being exposed to such, and lessons in etiquette or proper use of the internet can instill good web judgment and habits at an early age. As for preparing students for the future, can remove children from opportunities for socialization. Studies have suggested that more individuals throughout society are becoming disconnected and isolated because of the links that technology provides through social networks. Young children who spend more time engaging with devices may not spend as much time interacting with their peers, which can affect those children's social and emotional growth. In mitigating this risk, it is important to temper technology time as to allow children to interact socially with family and friends. And lastly, spontaneous learning. Technology can discourage creativity. Many technology-based games and activities are pre-made, allowing children to complete activities without having to problem-solve in creative and imaginative ways. However, there are equally as many games that promote creative development and problem-solving skills. While serving as a fun solo or group activity, choosing the latter, and providing a wide array of other learning tools, like manipulatives or art supplies, will ensure that your children are benefiting from their playtime in a safe and constructive way.